Question number 2, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister for Primary Industries, does he believe the Primary Growth Partnership provides value for money to taxpayers?
Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Joe Goodhue.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for Primary Industries, yes. As the member will be aware, last year an independent report by NZIER estimated that PGP will add $6.4 billion per annum to New Zealand's economy by 2025. The report further concluded that the PGP has the potential to achieve an additional $4.7 billion per annum by 2025 if all the R&D is successful, the aspirational stretch of the PGP programs is achieved and the innovations are widely taken up. And that is why my answer is yes. This makes a 30-year benefit-cost ratio for the government funding of 32 to 1. It confirms what great value the PGP program is.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, how much of the $322 million of taxpayers' funds committed to the Primary Growth Partnership by the Crown has gone to overseas-owned companies?
Honourable Joe Goodhue.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Primary Industries, I don't have an answer to that question. It is a level of technical detail that I would have preferred to have been laid down in the primary question.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, how much has gone to the following partners? PGG Wrightson, which is now majority Chinese-owned, the majority Japanese-owned Ansco Foods, and Norske Skog Tasman, owned by Norwegian and other overseas interests.
Honourable Joe Goodhue.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for Primary Industries, what I can tell the member is that the benefits to New Zealand, as have been calculated by the independent report, NZIER, are considerable. This country has many businesses that have some capital input from overseas, but it is the New Zealand economy that benefits significantly from the money that is invested into quality programs that will achieve great benefits in primary industries for New Zealand.
That's right. Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, who owns the intellectual property of the programs? The New Zealand taxpayer who funds them through the partnership, or the private entities, some of which are overseas owned?
Honourable Joe Goodhue.
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for Primary Industries, the recent report by the Office of the Auditor-General identified to us that intellectual property and the identification of the benefits of that is an important part of clarification that the Ministry for Primary Industries needs to continue working on. We've taken that feedback from them on board, and that will be the case.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Richard Prosser.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. To the Minister, given that answer, will he now give the House an assurance that changes will be made to the PGP scheme to ensure that the New Zealand taxpayer will benefit directly from the ownership of intellectual property, and if not, why not?
Mr. Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for Primary Industries, I reiterate my earlier answer to the member, and I also add to that there have been learnings since the beginning of this significant program of benefit to primary industries in New Zealand, an exciting program that looks to deliver great benefits to New Zealand. The Office of the Auditor-General's report is largely positive, but it does point us to some areas where we can improve, and that's not a surprise, but it's an encouragement to MPI.
Question number 3, Honourable Annette